What's going on? What's popping? It's your girl Drizzy. Welcome back to Drizzy Radio. After this, we talk about celebrity gossip, celebrity news, and the topics. If you're new here, kindly don't leave without subscribing. If you're a returning subscriber, I want to say special shout out to you. Now let's get straight into some things, you guys. And yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about Priscilla and the mother and the pregnancy. Well, it's no secret anymore that when it comes to Prissy, the mother, the husband, the child that just came into the world, honey, people have the most to say. Sometimes I think it have nothing to do with the language barrier. It's just people are so ignorant. And the percentage of the ignorance in people scares me. It really, really scares me. On a genuine note. Well, let's start with the surrogacy. When that story first came out, I noticed a lot of people had a research tool on their hand, but instead of using it to find out the true meaning of what surrogacy meant, they were busy using that same phone to spread their ignorance on social media. Things don't even require formal education, baby. We all know that with Google, you can literally find out about any information you want to know on this planet. I understand JUX and Priscilla are coming from two different countries, different culture, at some point religion, and they're learning, you know, and the fan bases are learning too. There is a specific group of people, when they don't understand something, they associate it with something evil. It won't even take you that long to just take your phone and do a research and find a little bit more information about what you're about to say or utter off your mouth before you say it. Latest with the Prissy is the baby's name. We all know that the surname of the baby is Mukambala. Full names of the baby are Prince Rakim Ayamide Mukambala. And there are some people who's trying to make it seem like, oh, why do they name a baby after, you know, Nigeria, middle name, mind you, yeah? And they're trying to make it seem like the last name of the baby is not Mukambala, is Ayamide. I'm still finding it hard to pronounce that name. I hate to butcher people's name, but bear with me. Let's listen to this woman's nonsense before we continue, because a lot of you sent me, and that's why I'm talking about it. Anyway, let's listen to this first.
Swali kubwa la wambea pia ni namna jina la mtoto ambalo limeandikwa pale. Yaani ubini umepelekwa kwa mama na sio kwa baba.
Mwenzangu. First of all, I wanted to know the meaning of ubini. You know, Kenyan Swahili is a little bit different from Tanzanian Swahili. Yeah, we do speak Swahili in Kenya, but more so in Nairobi, or more into English and a little bit of Swahili, but not as Tanzanian Swahili, so you have to bear with me. So I met this comment right here. That is after doing my research to make sure that the comment was actually legit. Okay, let me expand my camera to be able to read it correctly. So this person commented saying in a quote, "It's wild. It's really wild. Now the middle name is not the middle name again. Oyamide is middle name. Ubini is like Mukambala. Mukambala is the last name. Stop the nonsense. First of all, the middle name is not so much. They are looking at the first name, which is Rakim, and the last name, which is Mukambala. A woman chooses the middle name. You got that. And yeah, I went in on Google and find out that Ubini actually mean, you know, like the last name, the surname. That is what defines a person, right? And this is something that is not only an African thing. They were trying to make it seem like, oh, maybe in Nigeria they name the children after the mother's surname, which is absolutely not true. Okay, first of all, Ayamide is not even Priscilla's name, right? Or her surname. So they were trying to make it seem like JUX doesn't have a voice, that the woman, the mother-in-law, is literally forcing the baby to have the last name of Priscilla. I hope that you guys are following. Besides, that middle name has been said so many times. When you go somewhere, people usually know you with your first name and your and your surname. They don't check for middle name like that. It's not even that important, not unless you're doing like a document or something. But let me continue. A person responded to that person who clarified that actually Ayamide is the middle name, is not actually the surname. The surname is Mkambala. This person said in a quote, like, I don't understand this. JUX named his son Rakim. Priscilla is a Christian and changed her religion to her husband's religion, Islam. Tanzania should remember that JUX marriage involved two cultures. He allowed his wife to give his son this second name to represent Priscilla's culture. That Ayamide, but that everyone is calling the baby is the name given by JUX, Rakim. Again, let me continue. Which is Rakim? You guys have said so many negative things about JUX for a long time. JUX is a calm, reserved guy. Please allow him to have peace. Is no longer fair. Allow him to handle his family the way he wants. Let this gossip stop, please. This is nothing wrong with the name. Prince is Nigerian. JUX want his children to have names from his side and their mother's side. He hasn't done anything wrong. Says, thank you, because I noticed that you are the only one who understand everything. Though actually the smarter ones there. And of course, the person responded in a quote, says, don't mind my fellow Tanzanians. We are local. Honestly, what is the problem? Priscilla choosing a middle name for real for their son. These people need to travel and educate themselves. And that right there is a Tanzanian calling fellow Tanzanians out to just wake up. And people that are apparently being listened to, probably having more influence in TZ, are the people who are misleading the most. Because you might tell me, oh, but Drizzy, that was a blogger asking a question. We haven't heard what my Cheta said. Let me play to you what my Cheta said, honey, and then you tell me how you feel about it down in the comment section, because she said a lot. She said a lot, you guys. And here's this.
Sasa huyu mtoto wa Priscilla huwa kwa maana tunajua kwetu Tanzania huku Afrika mtu akizaliwa
jina la baba.
La baba upande wa baba.
Zangu. Wajua hawa vijana wetu wanakutana na mambo mengi sana. Mengine wanasononeka tu wanayaacha, mengine wanayaridhia, ndio kama hili la mtoto wa JUX kuunganishwa mpaka na ubini wa mama yake.
So the guys asked her, what do you think about this story that JUX's son bear the side of the mother's name? According to them, they wanted the baby to bear both or all of Tanzanians' name, but nothing of the mother's name. It shows you how backwardness some cultures are out here. And my shefa went ahead and said that, yeah, you know, our men are going through a lot, but because there's nothing they can do, they just allow things to happen. You know, JUX is going through a lot. For him to even allow the mother-in-law to name the child after, according to her, she's saying that it was iyabo that forced the baby to have a Nigerian name and not all Tanzanian names. I'm just wondering if this kid could have the first and the middle name of Nigeria, what could they have done? Anyway, let's continue to hash shenanigans.
Ukweli unafuata. Na sipati picha siku ambayo JUX atazingua mazima. Yule mama Priscilla atakavyo mkamua JUX kama namuona. Mungu amfunike na damu ya Yesu JUX jamani. Yani kuna jinsi ambavyo unaona kwa.
She also went ahead and say that the truth will reveal itself soon. And she also said that she don't want to see the day that JUX will try to play with Prince, cheat on her or do something on their marriage, because that day is the day that JUX will know who Iyabo truly is. Her words verbatim again. She also added that Iyabo will drain JUX's finances like crazy. She prayed that that day that doesn't come, but in my head I'm like, why are you wishing it to happen though? Why are you talking about it if you don't want it to come? If you're praying so hard that that day should not come, why are you projecting it? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's listen to more of this.
Inaweza kuwa ni maridhiano, lakini hulka yetu vipi? Wabongo vipi hulka yetu? Ina maana kuna kitu ambacho kinaonekana wazi kwamba Mama Priscilla ana nguvu zaidi. Na huyo sio Priscilla, huyo ni Mama Priscilla. Mama Priscilla kila kitu anatia mguu wake. Though tunarudi kama Mama Dangote, mtoto kwa mama hakui. Lakini
she continued to talk and say that she is just wondering if the naming of the child with the Nigerian name was, you know, in consent with Juma JUX. According to her, she believed that Priscilla's mother ought to have had huge say in that, and JUX did not have any otherwise but to agree to what, you know, the mother was saying. She also added that what about their cultures in TZ? Isn't it important? Why did JUX allow himself to be undermined by the mother-in-law to do that? But I'm like, is it Mkambala a Tanzanian name? Isn't that the baby's surname, where he's from? I see people naming their children with English middle name. Does that make the parents less or not cultured? For example, her name is My Martha. My Martha is an English name. Martha is an English name. Does that make the mother less? For example, Rakim is like, is it an Arab name? Yeah. That is not, why aren't they complaining about that? Why is it that when the baby is named Yamide, now all of a sudden it's this big scuffle? I feel like some people are just bored and they're looking for content. But anyway, it is what it is. Tell me how you feel about it down in the comment section. I want to say a special shout out to everybody that has been watching my content, appreciating our channel. I've heard a lot of things. I've seen a lot of things. And I've been sent a lot of things. But I'm like, as long as you're not stepping on my lashes, if you know, you know, I know you're watching, I'm good. Anyway, keep it classy, stay messy. Let's jump in on the comment section. I want to hear what you have to say about this down on the comment section. I love you to the moon and back. Bye.